From driving through cliffs and winding roads to hiking across the Judean Desert. Our journey led us to a symbolic church, a historic tree, and the ruins of a once elegant palace. From the Church of the Nativity, we took a quick 10-minute drive to Shepherd's Field. The Shepherd's Field Chapel, also known as the Sanctuary of Gloria in Excelsis Deo, is a Catholic church in Beit Sahour, just southeast of Bethlehem. All around this area, east of Bethlehem, it is said that caves can still be found where shepherds once kept watch over their flock by night. It's a revered Christian site that commemorates the place where angels are believed to have appeared to the shepherds to announce the birth of Jesus, as described in the Gospel of Luke. What's powerful about this moment is that the angel didn't appear to kings or religious leaders, but to shepherds. At the time, shepherds were seen as lowly and looked down on in society. Yet Jesus would later choose to identify himself with them, calling himself the Good Shepherd. Above the altar, there's a Latin inscription that reads Gloria in Excelsis Deo, meaning glory to God in the highest, the very words sung by the angels. The chapel is designed like a shepherd's tent, symbolizing the setting of the biblical story. The chapel is small, but it invites reflection. The interior features beautiful murals. The angel's announcement to the shepherds. The shepherds rejoicing and returning to their flocks, symbolizing their response to the good news. The shepherds visiting the newborn Jesus. Take 2. Ate Liesl has been very supportive of us. The shepherds rejoicing and returning to their flocks, symbolizing their response to the good news. Each one illustrating different moments from the Nativity story. These murals together tell the full journey of the shepherds from receiving the angel's message to becoming joyful witnesses of the birth of Jesus. The traditional site of the angel's visit is Beit Sahour, once called the Village of the Shepherds, now an eastern suburb of Bethlehem. Archaeologists have identified multiple possible sites for Shepherd's Field, but the message remains just as powerful. After visiting the Shepherd's Church, we continued our journey for about an hour, passing through several quiet towns and stretches of desert highway. We drove through places, watching the landscape slowly change rolling hills, giving way to the stark, rugged beauty of the Judean wilderness. drove along the Wadi Qelt road, a winding path that snaked through the desert view to Kang the An, as we say in Tagalog. Traveling to different places was a dream we both held on to since we were young. Back then, there were no guarantees, especially the dream of reaching a place like Palestine. But here we are, driving through cliffs and winding roads along the sharp curves of Wadi Qelt. Led by Mr. Mohammed, so calm and confident behind the wheel. He clearly knew these roads well. In a foreign land, on a winding and twisting road, with all the trucks we passed along the way, if the person holding the steering wheel wasn't an expert, it would have been a nerve-wracking ride. The ride itself was an adventure. It reminded me of that time in Macau, walking toward the Mandarin house. I led the way, having been there alone before. Paul asked, "You walked here by yourself?" A mix of concern and disbelief in his tone, because the place really did feel a bit secluded. I guess I can be bold when it comes to traveling. Braver now that we're both doing it together. Witnessing the stunning views of the Judean Desert together made the moment even more meaningful. Its vastness stretching from Jerusalem and Bethlehem all the way to the Dead Sea. Mr. Mohammed reversed the vehicle so we could catch a better distant view of Jericho, quiet and sunlit, lying low in the Jordan Valley. A special surprise along the way, a graceful deer quietly blending into the rocky landscape. A gentle reminder of the quiet life that still exists in this harsh desert. The landscape felt even more alive in its own quiet way, changing with the light, shifting from a pinkish hue to warm shades of yellow. Wadi Qelt weaves through this rugged landscape, revealing dramatic canyons and a desert that feels untouched by time. After more than 45 minutes on the road, our drive came to an end, but that only marked the start of our short hike. It will take about 5 to 10 minutes on foot to reach the Wadi Qelt viewpoint.
Kami nga magpapasalamat sa iyo eh.
The path was rocky but manageable. With every step, the view slowly revealed itself layer by layer, like a quiet unveiling of something ancient and sacred. Finally, we reached a vantage point overlooking Wadi Qelt, where the desert cliffs opened up to reveal the breathtaking view of St. George's Monastery tucked into the canyon wall. Carved into the cliffs, this 5th century Greek Orthodox monastery has long been a place of solitude for monks. While some take the steep path down, our schedule permit us to admire it from above. Then we drove through Jericho. Mr. Mohammed stopped by a sycamore tree in Al-Jameza Square, traditionally believed to be the one Zacchaeus climbed to see Jesus, as described in the Gospel of Luke. Though this tree may not be the original, it stands where the biblical one once grew, making it a significant site. Estimated to be over 2,000 years old, a symbol of faith and history. 7 minutes later, we arrived at our next stop. Hisham's Palace, also known as Khirbat al-Nafshar. Entry fee is 10 Israeli shekels. This early Islamic site was built in the 8th century by the Umayyad dynasty, the second Islamic empire after the time of Prophet Muhammad. It's one of the most famous Umayyad desert castles, located just 3 kilometers north of Jericho's city center. The complex spans over 60 hectares and includes a 2-story palace, a bathhouse, a mosque, and an agricultural estate. Notably, the bathhouse features an intricate mosaic floor, including the famous Tree of Life motif. The entrance to the palace. Impressive stone columns lining the path, remnants of what was once a grand entrance to a thriving palace complex. These columns still stand tall, hinting at the architectural elegance of the 8th century. A decorated stone lattice window still standing after centuries. You could almost picture how it once filtered sunlight into the palace, casting geometric patterned shadows on the walls. Inside the site, there was also a short video presentation.
Of the Umayyad Empire built one of their greatest monuments, the doomed palace known as Khirbat al-Mashar. A cataclysmic earthquake struck Jericho in 749, destroying the town and burying its magnificent palace. For over 1,000 years, memory of the palace was lost in the mist of time. In 1873, a king from the Palestine Exploration Fund visited 3 mysterious mounds of earth just north of Jericho. For years, local builders had used the site as a rock quarry, pulling marble columns and fine building materials from under the earth. The archaeologist F.G. Bliss wrote about the site in 1894. The statues and stone columns unearthed there led them to misidentify Khirbat al-Mashar as a Byzantine.
We also explored a small exhibit showcasing jars, stone carvings, and decorative fragments recovered from the site. Each piece gave a glimpse into daily life and the artistic craftsmanship during the Umayyad period, simple yet refined, and full of history. Appreciation to everyone who's been following and supporting our journey. If you haven't subscribed yet, we hope you'll join us for more stories, places, and moments.
Please don't forget to subscribe and hit bell button of Paul Tonet for more videos.